Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be working in my creative daily journal for the first week of May. Yes, it's May. It's been a long week. All right, let's get started. Here I was tracking because I was doing 100 kettlebell swings and 80 knee every day, and that went by the wayside when I started hurting myself. So we're done with that. Okay, that's not great. All right, this was the first, and it was a Thursday, and my kid, second day of his annual fishing trip with his dad and his uncle and their friends, and he texted me he was ready to come home tomorrow, the next day. It happens every year. He never lasts long. I don't understand it. I told him to drop a pin to the boyfriend because the boyfriend was at home and he was able to, it didn't take him long to go pick him up. So the problem is when they go on their fishing trip, my kid, my ex, and my brother-in-law, I still refer to him as my brother-in-law. I love my brother-in-law. He's amazing. I know he's my ex-brother-in-law, but I don't care. He's amazeballs. I love him so much. But they carpool because there's not enough room for enough cars, so they carpool. So he had no way home because his uncle wasn't taking him home. And I don't blame him. I also vacuumed and shampooed his carpet on this day, and I had to order a new cat hammock. The cat sleeps 90% of his time in the window. He loves it. He loves to sit out in the window, watch the birds, be in the sun, and it broke. When I walked in, it was broken, so I just ordered a new one.
What just popped in?
Of course. Okay, my dad texted to find out how much of something he needed at the store. And then I was on day 2 of the challenges that ended, and I read All the Way Gone. This was the last year's release from this author. And I bought it used because I don't like to buy. I can't afford to buy new books all the time. Okay, so I went shopping with my mom on this day. We went to Lowe's, TJ Maxx, Kohl's, Boscov's, and Sam's Club. So we got on the subject of dogs because my poor brother, his dog, Coco, has liver cancer.
What? Oh my God. What just?
Has liver cancer. And I said to my mom that when Sassy, the big dog, is gone, that we will have to get a new dog, even though I don't want to, because my mother-in-law said to my boyfriend, to her son, we're not married, but I refer to her as my mother-in-law. We're basically married. We've been together 10 years. We're basically married at this point. She said that when older people lose their pet, they need another pet or else they follow soon after. So we'd have to get another dog. And my mom's like, yes, that is what happens. And she said, but you're a dog family. And she said, even Matt loves dogs. My boyfriend even loves dogs. And she said, do you think he comes down to see you every day? No, he's coming down to see the dogs. So thanks, Mom. Thanks for that. It was really funny. She's like, no, he's coming to see the dogs. He's not coming down to see you. And I said that to him then later on, and he was like, wow, that's messed up. I said, but, and then he just kind of looked at me. I was like, oh, okay, great. Great. And then I said to her, I can't wait to write this in my journal, let everyone know what you said to me. So this was the Friday, and the boyfriend picked the kid up about 12:45. He made him stop and buy food for lunch. He's like, if I'm picking you up, you're getting food for lunch. So they stopped at KFC and got the new big chicken and waffles box is what they got. And then by the time I got home from shopping with my mom, I had walked 8,000 steps. Oh, I totally missed. Oh no, that's really not gonna be cool. I'm gonna have to take this out. I missed this day, so I'm gonna have to put this somewhere else so I have the right amount of days. Look at that. I should have known that was gonna happen. All right, I'll just put that in later on in the journal so I can make up for the amount of the day that I missed. See, this is my issue. When it comes to days in my journal, I have problems. I don't know what it is. Okay, and then I took this book out. And what is it called? Oh, How to Piss Men Off. This is not on this day, though. This was on a day off that my boyfriend was off. Okay, I'll have to put that somewhere else. Let's move that off to the side. The problem was, are you ready to see this? This is because I download my photos of what I read the moment I finish it, so I know where to put it. So this one went under, look, February 15th, 2024. So that was the problem. So I don't remember. I don't know if I added it to, I don't remember if I added it to Goodreads or anything. All right. So then the next day, I walked over 10,000 steps the day before. By the time I was done for the night and went to, I was at 8,000 when we got home. Like my mom and I got home. It was a long walk. And I said, guess who can't walk today? Yep. Why did I do this? I'm having a time, you guys. Me, I could not walk. I was in so much pain. I could not walk. So I said, on top of having to hobble around the house, I forgot it was Saturday, so I never did my dad's laundry. I wouldn't have been able to walk down the steps anyway, but I did change his sheets. I was able to do that, but I was no way was I able to walk down the steps to do his laundry. I'm just going to take this one in. I was not paying attention. This is what happens when you don't pay attention, you guys. So that's all I really did because I hurt so bad. And my kid, he was home, so he went to D&D, so I didn't have to cook anything. So that's all I really did that day. Okay. And here we are. I woke up thinking my pain would be gone. Nope. You guys, I hurt so bad still. On this day. So bad. And I said, I can't be lazy today because I'm only allowed one day. So I went to the store to get stuff to make Alfredo for dinner. I did 3 loads of laundry, made peanut butter candy cake for dessert, because for absolutely no reason, because I wanted it. I did my exercise, cleaned up, showered, and be done for the night. And the next day, I had a lot to do before the electricians came on Wednesday to put the new lights in the attic fan. So this was Tuesday. I had a lot of stuff to do on Tuesday. First, we went to Best Buy. I told my dad that he needed to get a new phone while he could before the new stock came in and prices went up due to tariffs. He needed to get a new phone because his phone was from 2022, so he was way overdue for a phone. So we went to Best Buy and just got him a Motorola, the new the 2025, the Moto G 2025 is what we got him. And he ended up getting me one too, even though I didn't need a phone. But he's like, if something happens, then we all have new phones. They should all last a few years and we'll be good to go. And then I actually gave my boyfriend my old phone, which was only a year old, to give to his mom because she needed a new phone. And mine's only a year old. So we got new phones. And then we also went to, wait till you hear this. We went to Lowe's because we still have not heard about the freaking floor, right? Still haven't heard about the floor. So we went to Lowe's. And I asked to talk to the store manager. He was too busy to talk to a customer. You guys, too busy to talk to a customer. Yep, this one goes in here. So I'm just going to use this as a pocket. It was this day that I read that. And I have the picture of the dog I'm just going to put out here. But yeah, he was too busy to talk to a customer. So we ended up going back and talking to the kid that works in flooring. And yes, I'm going to call him a kid because he was young. And everything got straightened out, and then they called about it that night. So our flooring is being put in on Monday. Today is, what day is today? Today is Friday. Our flooring is getting put in on Monday. So, but I was angry. I was really angry. And I told the kid, I was like, and then as we're standing there, a woman walks up and she's waiting for help because her installation, they came to pick up her flooring and it had disappeared. the flooring installers came to pick up her flooring that was in the back, and it was gone. I said, yeah, they put it out on the floor and sold it. So she was not happy about that. So, like, I don't know what's going on with my Lowe's, but my Lowe's sucks. And I said to the kid, I'm like, you know what? I said, I've worked retail plenty of times in my life. I have worked retail, and never has a manager ever been too busy to talk to a customer who is having a problem. And I, pardon my language, but I looked at the kid and I said, your store manager can suck my cock. That's what I said. My invisible cock, to be precise. I was pissed. And my dad went, whoa. And I'm like, I'm sorry, never. My boyfriend still works retail. And I said something, he goes, no, whoever's in charge comes out and talks. Like, that's not a thing to say, no, I'm busy. Yeah, exactly. I was pissed. My ex-husband and my kid went to look at cars, and they found one. They were going to pick it up the next day. So here it is. They picked up the car. Let's talk about it, shall we? So here's the car. I have many, many pictures. Here he is showing my dad under the hood. Like, either one of them know anything. It's funny because my neighbor comes out and she's like, I was dying. Her husband's a mechanic, and he's out there going, like they know anything. Look at them looking under the hood. He's in the house watching them going, look at them looking under the hood. But they don't know anything. I was dying. Because it's true. They don't know nothing. But here's his car. It's a 2015 Hyundai Elantra. Has way too many miles on it that I wouldn't have paid the price for that. But who am I? I'm nobody. So, yeah. Yeah. So, maybe I'll just put that here and flip it out. Yeah. I wouldn't have paid that price, but whatever. Anyway, they went to go pick it up, and we got a horrible, you guys, thunderstorm. And when I mean horrible, a tornado touched down in the neighboring county. Like, that's how bad of a thunderstorm we were getting. And I'm texting my ex-husband, like, maybe you guys should wait. Like, this is bad. I mean, it was bad. We had hail. It was bad. You couldn't see. And there they are at the freaking dealership buying a car and getting ready to bring a car home. And my ex-husband's like, oh, he's driven. I said, has he ever driven in the rain before? Because I don't know. I didn't teach him how to drive. And my ex-husband's like, well, yeah. Of course he's driven. And he said, no, he's driven. He's on wet roads. Yes, was his answer. And then I was like, he goes, I said, does he know his way home? And he's like, well, I'm going to take him to this road here. And then it's one road all the way home. And I'm like, well, has he ever driven on that road? Because it's a highway. I'm like, has he ever driven on that road? He goes, I'll just follow him home, was his response. And when he got home, my kid was telling me, yo, Dad was really pissed. He's like, does she think that I never took you on that road before? I'm like, but I said to my kid, I'm like, look, you can read the text. This was his answer to me. So I was a nervous wreck because not at all was my ex-husband like, yeah, we're going to wait out the storm. No, he didn't say that. Like, why didn't you just say that, right? Why wouldn't you say that? I said, everybody was annoyed with me. I said, I'm not a chill person. Get over it. So he got home in one piece. That's all that matters. So this next day, I called. Oh, here's the bruise. Look at my bruise on my leg. I was cutting part of the grass, tripped over bricks, and fell into a concrete bird bath. Yep. So, wait, what day was it? Is this the day the electrician came? No, this was the day okay, so this is the day the electricians came. Okay. And what else is in here? Absolute trash. I called the dealership because the only way that my son could be on my dad's insurance is if my dad was on the registration. And I said this multiple times to my ex-husband. And he's like, I guess they know. And finally, I just called the place and was like, listen, is this, this is what needs to happen. He's like, yo, he never told us this. Your ex-husband never told us this. He was not clear about it or anything like that. I just need your dad and your kid to come back up here and sign the papers. So my kid drove my dad up to the dealership. They signed the papers, came back home. My kid then left to pick up his friends and went hiking. And then during all of that, the electricians were here. They put in the attic fan and all new lights. Guys, these are actual real lights in my craft room. Real lights. Yeah, all of our lights in the basement got replaced because they all died. So they did that. And then my dad wanted this table at Lowe's and they were sold out. So I ordered it from Home Depot. A better brand, nicer table. And they delivered it. And the delivery was only $35. Delivery with Lowe's is $80. Now, to show you how freaking ridiculous this is, we live 5 minutes from Lowe's. Home Depot is way farther down and cost half the price. So it was ridiculous. But he had it delivered. And then my son had to meet the guy to get the registration because it wasn't finished. They just went up and signed and came back. And then they were going to meet at Wawa, which is right across the street from us, to switch out the plates and get the registration. My kid's car wouldn't start. Not only would his car not start, his new car he just bought, he paid for outright, he owns it outright, would not start. And not only that, but the horn, the anti-theft started going off and would not turn off. And it was loud. It was so loud in the neighborhood. So he'd have to open the door, and then if he would shut the door, it would go off again until finally my dad unplugged the horn. And then the neighbor, God bless the neighbor, like thank God the neighbor came when he got home from work. He came over, he figured it out. It was a loose battery terminal. He figured it out. He showed my son how to he fixed it, but showed my son how to do it because my son could not get it off. And here the post was just, the positive post was worn down a little bit, so it got fixed. It's all done. It's taken care of. Yeah, that is it. I think that you're caught up. You're caught up to life. So let's also talk about how I have severe anxiety about being in a car. And I got into that car willingly with my child because he asked me to go with him. And then the car wouldn't start, so I got a reprieve. And then yesterday he was sick. He was sick all day yesterday, so I haven't had to go in the car yet. Like I said, it's been a really, really, really long week. Very long week. It's been crazy. It's been hectic. It's been nerve-wracking, and like the whole car debacle. Also, they signed as-is paperwork. So that's it. It doesn't matter, right? It's as-is. Yep. As-is paperwork. I'm just going to put this blue right here. As-is. So it is what it is. But thankfully, it was just the battery terminal, and that's it. And he does have a 3-month, 5,000-mile warranty through the dealership for powertrain, some electrical, some stuff like that. So he does have a small little warranty, which, like I said, this is not the car I would have chosen, but my ex-husband, I guess, didn't really want to go anywhere else. They looked at one place and that was it. And I said to my boyfriend, if I would have known that, I would have found a car. My boyfriend and I spent a week looking for his car, and he found a great car. So that's what we would have done. We would have looked and looked and looked and looked, but no. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today and taking a little bit of a glance into my life. Also, here you go. My new obsession, dense bean salad. If you don't know what the dense bean salad is, look it up. It's delicious. But I want to take this. It's the recipe. It's not the recipe I used. I just did what I wanted to do, but I wanted to take this upstairs, so I printed it out. So I'm going to put it right here so I don't forget. So, yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and tell me down below, okay? If you've made it this far, let me know down below what's your car horror story. I need to know because I was furious that that car wouldn't start. And then I found out about the as-is paperwork, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So we can't even return it. And also, by the way, Pennsylvania does not have a 3-day rule, a 3-day law about returning a car. Okay? Pennsylvania, I looked it up. Pennsylvania does not have one. So, yeah, he wouldn't have been able to return the car if there was something majorly wrong with it. And now I'm going to be paranoid for, like, till the life of this car that he's not going to, that it's going to just the battery's just going to die and he's going to be stranded somewhere. Thankfully, my dad did get AAA for them both, so he does have that. Anyway, let me know your horror story down below, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great day.